the fifth straight week, we'll have a divisional duel on Monday Night Football as the Detroit Lions will head up to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers to wrap up NFL Week 9. Those that have been following the NFL betting market know that we have seen line moves on teams coming off of bye weeks with regularity, but that is not the move this week. The Lions were the preferred side early in the week, and there has not been enough action to push the number out to -3. The total has gone up a half point, though, since it's open at 43 points. The Lions are off to a 3-4 start to the season, and they are also 3-4 against the spread. The offense has really sputtered and has held the team back despite a 4-3 record to the over. The Lions started 2-0 straight up and against the spread and were 3-1 in both categories before dropping 3 straight games. This is only the second time that the Lions have been favored this season. The Lions have the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, and they rank 22nd in yards per play with just 4.9. It seemed like the Jim Bob Cooter Matt Stafford pairing was a match made in heaven, with Stafford having some of his best seasons after Cooter was elevated from quarterback coach to OC. That seems to have worn off. Stafford has a 12-4 touchdown interception ratio with just a 60.4% completion rate. The 33-year-old Cooter took over during the 2015 season, and Stafford posted his best career completion percentage and second highest touchdown count. Last season, Stafford was solid, but not as dynamic as the previous year, and things have fallen off once again this season. In Stafford's defense, he does not have much to work with. Amir Abdullah has rushed for 3.7 yards per carry. Golden Tate has faced a lot of bracket coverage, and guys like Marvin and TJ Jones haven't been able to haul in high percentage of their targets. Eric Ebron drops passes like his hands are made of ice. While the Lions rank 9th in points, we can attribute that to the defense, which is something that has not been said in Detroit in a while. Fortunately, the Lions are in the top half of the league in turnover margin because Stafford has not thrown the ball to the other team, and the Lions are tied for third in takeaways with 16. It has helped to obscure the fact that the defense has allowed 5.6 yards per play. Teams that are minus 0.7 yards per play are generally not going to be around 500, but the Lions have been on the right side of turnover luck, and it has masked a lot of the team's shortcomings. Considering how bad the Lions were against the pass last season, the fact that they rank in the middle of the NFL in completion percentage against and near the top in interceptions is a big step forward in itself. Just think of where the team could be if the offense was holding up its end. The Lions rank 6th in stopping the run with just 3.6 yards per carry allowed. That could be the deciding factor in this game. The Green Bay Packers are 4-3 straight up and against the spread, but just 0-1 straight up and against the spread post Aaron Rodgers. It will now be a tale of 2 different seasons, with the number 12 quarterback out for the year with a broken collarbone. The Packers have had some extra time to prepare for this game with the bye week, and it could not have come at a better time. Brent Hundley is just 31 of 59 for 244 yards, with 1 touchdown pass, 4 interceptions, and 5 sacks taken, with 1 start and 1 relief appearance. That start came against New Orleans, and he was a bit better than his atrocious relief appearance against Minnesota, but only because he didn't throw 3 interceptions. Mike McCarthy has had some time to alter the playbook and try to play to Hundley's strengths, but it's anybody's guess what those actually are. UTEP product Aaron Jones had a big game against the Saints, but once New Orleans adjusted in the second half, running lanes were few and far between. Jones has 5.6 yards per carry on the season and will be the focal point of the offense in this game again this week. The Lions could be at a little bit of a disadvantage here in the sense that they don't really know what to prepare for with Hundley. Perhaps the Packers move the pocket, or will have Will Devontae Adams get the ball in more creative ways. McCarthy is one of the game's better offensive thinkers, so this chess match with the Lions' defensive coordinator Terrell Austin will be worth watching. Because the Packers don't have Aaron Rodgers, looking at the year-to-date numbers is completely irrelevant. The Packers had 5.2 yards per play against the Saints, though most of it came in the first half, and the Packers did not run many players in the second half. Overall, Green Bay had the ball for only 23 minutes and 4 seconds. Similarly, the defensive numbers to date don't tell a whole lot about what to expect. What a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers does in terms of flipping the field and providing points is something that the defense is going to sorely miss. When a quarterback goes down, the offense is not the only side of the ball that is affected. The Packers are already ranked in the bottom of the half of the NFL at stopping the run and have allowed a 66.5% completion rate. With the higher workload, as seen in the game against the Saints, the weaknesses of this defense have the opportunity to be exposed even more. The back seven in this defense has been ravaged by injuries for the last 18 months, as several corners, safeties, and linebackers have missed time or have played at much less than 100%. Neither team is looking very good right now, but the Lions at least have their quarterback. The Detroit defense has played well throughout the year, and this week's assignment is much easier than a traditional assignments against the Packers. We should also get some good signs as to whether to bet or fade the Packers moving forward. As mentioned, the wild card in this game is Hundley, with extra prep time and a playbook more tailored to his skills, but we'll have to see that in practice before considering a bet on it. Our pick and prediction is for the Detroit Lions at -2.